Hi guys, I am here with a pick a card reading. So I've gone ahead and pulled some crystals. I've got black tourmaline this is from left to right respectively. Black tourmaline in a quartz matrix, and then we have selenite, a rough selenite tower, and then I also have rough citrine as well, like a little specimen there. So what I've gone ahead and done is I'm going to use the seed and the sickle. So this is a really cool oracle deck. This is going to be what represents your pile. It has two different options. They have a dawn guidebook and a dusk guidebook. So this kind of tells your corresponding oracle card. It gives you information about what to do for when you're in action. So like when you're being ambitious, proactive, moving forward, working hard, etc. And what you do in rest, which when you're like doing shadow work or in hermit mode and you're doing a self healing and stuff like that and all that. So I'm excited. I'll read a little bit about both so you can pick which pile is for you. But I've not pulled anything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and pull these cards on camera with you, with you guys, so we can pick your piles. Wow, can't talk today apparently. So how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for coming to my video. Let me know below in the comments how you guys are doing. Just keep in mind also that this, even though we're doing piles today, this is still a collective reading. So just use your intuition, use your discernment, and only pick and take and claim the things of each pile's message that you know is definitely for you. And anything that doesn't align with your higher self or doesn't sit right with you, maybe it makes you feel icky or whatever. If that is the case, and that just means that part of the message is not for you, and that's totally okay, because I'm reading for a lot of people. Oh, did we get exactly 3 cards turn out? Oh, we got 4 cards actually. Okay, this is so crazy. This sickle card was at the bottom when I was shuffling, and I kept looking at it and I was like, why do I keep seeing the sickle? But this is just kind of like the sickle is completion, like when you finally get to like sow. I'm doing this because this is how you use a sickle. You go like and you cut the crops. A sickle is for in this deck it represents like the completion of a cycle, reaping what you sow, finally getting the results you're looking for. So this is like an overall message for everyone. I think that this is what we're working towards, is the goal of what you're doing. But the 3 cards that came out, so interesting. We have Mandrake. I'm gonna pick intuitively. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure that you guys are in frame, because I have my camera set up in a weird in a weird way that I don't normally have it set up in this new setting. So I'm just making sure you can see everything. Okay, so I'm going to pick these intuitively where I think they go. We have Mandrake, which is going to go with Citrine, and Aconite we have with black tourmaline in a quartz matrix, and then it leaves Pimpernel in the middle with selenite. Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys look at that for a second while I open up to each one of these. So for Aconite, let's see. For Aconite, it's number 46. For Aconite, we have this in the Dawn guidebook. So this is representative of when you are in motion, when you're in action, when you're doing something. You're not in rest, you're in action. Aconite is a scholar's plant. always hungry for knowledge and the power that comes with learning. Through its wisdom, it turned the maiden through its wisdom, it turned the maiden Ariadne into a spider and taught the first werewolves the power of transformation. If anybody watched one of my last readings, we had a werewolf card for the moon for transformation as well. So maybe if you feel drawn to pile 1, maybe check out that video. Also, I will put it in the description too, so you can find it a little faster as well. You've made it as far as you can with the expertise you already possess. Now it's time to access the gaps in your knowledge and focus on filling them in. A new class, hobby, or experience will be a rewarding opportunity for you to further yourself and become a wiser you. So that's exciting. So that's that. You might feel drawn to Aconite when you're this Aconite's advice for when you are looking for advice, when you're in motion, when you're doing something, you're not trying to do inward shadow work or anything. You're trying to find advice to move forward in whatever you're doing right now. So we have the Dusk guidebook, which is going to be for your shadow work, for your healing, your hermit mode. This is the advice. And if you're drawn to any of these 2 advices from these books, then that will be your pile. So for self-healing and shadow work, Aconite is you're facing a difficult or painful decision with no right answer available. Yet in your heart of hearts, you already know what you're going to do. Don't agonize over it for longer than you have to. So yeah, like this really gave me hermit vibes too, because like the darkness, but you have these flowers here that are like blooming. So it's like the goal of what you're going to be after. And then like this arrow going through the skull is kind of like you have to let the old part of you pass away, essentially, so you can bloom. Named for the hills on which Hercules fought Cerberus in a short but bloody battle, Aconite promises that there's a relief to be had after the brief and challenging fallout of your decision. When things seem unbearable, know that this won't last forever. Okay, so those are the descriptions for Aconite. If you feel drawn to any of those, or even just the crystal, which is trying to get you in focus, or trying to get you in this trying to get you in the screen here. Any of the black tourmaline, which is for protection and also filtering out negative energy. And then in a quartz matrix, actually these even has a little bit of pink tourmaline as well, which is for self-love and self-healing, so this kind of works. The quartz matrix obviously is an energizing, pure energy stone, so it being in a quartz matrix actually doubles or triples its properties, its energy, which is exciting. So there's that. So then we also have Pimpernel. Selenite is the stone that we have with Pimpernel. So for people who don't know, selenite is often used as a healing and cleansing stone. So it can be used for cleansing anything. You can cleanse your energy, you can cleanse other crystals with it, you can cleanse your tarot cards, your oracle cards, you can cleanse a space with it, an altar, anything like that. So that's really exciting. It's like a master cleansing stone. You can use it while you're smudging with sage and incense. You can use it to cleanse the sage and incense before you actually smudge. You can do all kinds of things with selenite. I can do a whole video on crystals if you guys want. I can do that. Just let me know down below if you want to do like a cleansing video or something. I can do that for you. So Pimpernel is 12. It's number 12 in the book. Let me just get there. Okay, so Pimpernel, it says here for your action advice when you're in motion. The Pimpernel is also known as the shepherd's weather glass, as it can both tell the time of the day and foretell incoming weather. I see. It's got the little dial here, the sundial. That's so nice. Its petals always close up at noon and will only open up if it's due to be sunny. If rain is on its way, the flowers won't open up at all. Wow, that is so... This could be like, maybe you're like really intuitive and you feel really drawn to that. That's so interesting. Okay. You find yourself in a position of not being certain which direction to take, but all the signs you need to make the right decision are there. You just need to trust in your ability to spot them. So this goes back to what I was saying in another reading, where everything you need and all the answers you're looking for are already inside of you. So that's exciting. Let me read about this one though in your self-healing shadow work. Let's see, where is 12? 9, 11, 12. Okay, so this is the other piece of advice for when you're doing self-healing or just self-isolation in hermit mode, specifically, not unhealthy isolation. I don't know why Spirit's telling me that, but not unhealthy isolation. This is for spiritual healing, awakening, ascension, waking up. Okay. The Scarlet Pimpernel owes its folk name Waywort to a German legend. A girl who planned to elope with her beloved arranged to meet him, but at a crossroads. A girl who planned to elope with her beloved arranged to meet him at a crossroads, but waiting for days for him to appear, until eventually her feet took root and she turned into the first pimpernel flower. Oh, did he stand her up? That's so sad. Life has brought you to a crossroads, and you may not know which road to take and which one is the right one to go down. But you are not the first person to have come to this junction. Others have gone before you, and their wisdom remains to watch over you. Whichever road you choose here will be the right one. Cool. And then we have Mandrake. And with Mandrake, we have Citrine. We have raw citrine, which is exciting. It's pretty. I tried to pick all like raw ones just so it all kind of matched. Maybe we'll do polished stones next time. But for these, for the citrine, we have it here. It is known as the Master Manifestation and Abundance Stone. So this is a great stone to be used with other stones. So you can add abundance, because abundance doesn't always mean money. Some people think it is this is a success and money stone. Abundance specifically is not always about money. It can be about anything. We have an abundance of love, an abundance of friendship, an abundance of great gratitude. It could be anything. So abundance doesn't always equal money, specifically monetary money. It can mean anything. So not only is this a master manifester stone, which is great for any type of manifestation ritual or mindful manifestation meditation or MMM. If you're using something with like objects that represent the 4 elements for manifestation, you can use this as your earth representation, because obviously crystals are from the earth, but then it's also manifestation, abundance. If used with other multiplying energy stones like quartz, or master healer quartz, something like that, it will double or triple, or cat's eye quartz also. Cat's eye quartz will like triple your manifestation power. So you can use this alongside other different quartzes as well. It works well with other stuff too. It's a loving stone. It works really well with others. Let me go ahead and pull up, is this the Dawn Guide? Let me pull up Mandrake. Every time I think of Mandrake, I just think of the Mandrake from Harry Potter that's just like screaming. I wonder, I'm interested to see what this says. Okay, so Mandrake, not only do the roots of the mandrake grow in the form of a human, but there are also many tales of this little familiar taking on a life of its own and dispensing knowledge, wealth, and even visions of the future. Wow, I picked these all intuitively, what I thought goes with what, and this specifically said wealth to go. That's crazy. I love that. Okay. You may not have a personal mandragora to point the way, but there are other signs and sources of guidance in your life leading you forwards. Keep your eyes peeled for these little prophets throughout the next few days. Yeah, so if you see any like plants, it doesn't necessarily, Spirit is saying it doesn't necessarily have to be like an actual mandrake plant, but keep an eye out for plants, flowers, or anything that kind of resembles human form, like a little body or a little stick figure. That could be your alternative mandragora as your little guy who's trying to guide you. Okay, let's see. Let me go to your other piece of information for the mandrake. Okay, see. Whether being used for magical or medicinal purposes, mandrake has been valued for thousands of years by those who grow it. It takes 3 years to reach its full potency, however. Do not judge yourself by the speed at which others grow. You need more time to reach your full potential, and there is no shame in that. Oh, that's awesome. Just like how your manifestations don't happen overnight, you have to believe wholeheartedly that what you're manifesting is already yours. I mean, you have to kind of be a little delulu, honestly. So just keep that in mind. Those are your piles, guys. If you want to take a second while I shuffle and get kind of in the zone for pile 1, go ahead and do that. And I will just shuffle and get ready while you guys pick which pile you want to pick. Alrighties. All right. Welcome to pile 1, guys. I am so glad you came back to my channel. I really, really enjoy reading for you guys, and I really hope that you stay for your whole reading, and I really hope it resonates with you. So I just want to thank Spirit, my Spirit team, and my highest self for allowing me to do these messages and give you some advice for you. I'm super excited. So I'm going to use just the Universal Classic Raider White Gold Edition Tarot today. I know I've been doing like spooky ooky spooky season themed kind of stuff, decks, wow. But today we're going to use this just because I'm doing a pick a card and I want everything to be cohesive. So, wow. All right, Spirit. So if you can just give me a couple of start out cards for my pile 1 about what they need to hear or what might be the situation that they are dealing with, or what do we have? 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Right off the bat we have a reversal, and actually about a bunch of cards just flew out. I'm gonna move these guys over here just for right now. So this was the first card we got in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Exciting. King of Wands. That is so interesting because we have Queen of Pentacles, but then one fell on the floor, question mark. Let me grab it. Yes, one fell on the floor. It is, ooh, Ace of Swords. Interesting. So right off the bat with this, let me see. Can you guys see? I'm just making sure because I'm in, like I said, I'm in a new situation here. It's fine. Okay. So immediately, the first card that flew out was the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So traditionally, the Five of Pentacles upright is not great. It's basically like total destitution, total financial ruin. So, or even in a situational term, it could actually feel like feeling like you've been left out of the cold, or like you're like a third wheel, or somebody or some people are ignoring you. It can be all kinds of. I'm finding it really interesting that this King of Wands, excuse me, is in reverse also, and it came out right after that one. So it's making me think that, you know, this Queen of Pentacles is you, because already this is the opposite of financial ruin. So you're probably really good with money. You probably save your money. You don't spend it on, like, in your words, like unnecessary or stupid stuff. Like, you're very practical, and you're very smart, and you're very intelligent, and you're very innovative. The way you make money, the way that you save your money, invest your money. Also, the Ace of Swords is like kind of traditionally it's a person who's very innovative. Like, you can do the same things that other people do, but you do them in a way that is unconventional and maybe even more efficient than some people. And the result is just the same or way better. So you are very unique in how you do things, and that either rubs people the wrong way or they love it. So they either don't like the way you do things and feel like jealous or left out that they don't function the way that you do, and then there's other people who love it. Oh, these guys turned over. That was interesting. Yeah, so the Chariot, so the Chariot is, it's like forward motion. It's very steady. It's on the way. You know exactly where you're going. And then we also have the Knight of Swords, which is interesting because, a knight usually is protecting the king and queen, right? They're, kind of devoted to the king and queen to protect them in their court and in their life and everything. So this is how you're feeling about yourself right now. You are very, very protective. You're very not taking anyone's bull, if you know what I mean. You're putting yourself first. You know exactly what's going on. You know what's up. Ooh, this guy just flew out. Yeah. We have the Empress. That totally, it's basically kind of what I just said. That's crazy. Yeah, so the Empress is like the birth of a new idea. And with this, and alongside this Ace of Swords, you are like consistently birthing new ideas all the time. Like, you have no, with the way that, with this and with the Empress, that is basically what I'm getting, is that you are always coming up with new ideas. Maybe you even like invent things. Maybe you're like an engineer, or maybe just the way you do things in life is just so different than the people around you. You are like the queen or the king or whatever of everything. Everyone looks up to you. You're like very, I don't know, you're just like, you have your shit together. Honestly, you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is like stability and street smart, but also very book smart when it comes to, like I said, with like money and like how you do things in your life. And then you have the Empress. So that is pretty exciting. And also just a quick reminder that even if these images depict women or men, it doesn't always mean that the advice is only for men or only for women. This is energy. This is all energy. So it doesn't matter that the imagery depicts a woman in the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. It can be for anyone. If you resonate with it, then it's for you. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, but these couple of cards in the deck flew over. So I'm going to see, because the Nine of Cups is making me think of the people who don't want you to succeed. Because the Nine of Cups upright is tons and tons of happiness and partnership, even having like, you're basically just chilling for a little bit because you're so good in every aspect of your life. You're balanced, you're healed, you have all your shit together. So it in reverse makes me think that this is like the people who don't want you to succeed. This is like what they wish would happen to you, because with all these other cards of how on top of it you are, it doesn't make sense that this is about you. It's about the people who don't like you for whatever reason or aren't happy with your situation. Maybe they're jealous. Yeah. So with the Sun here, this is like kind of what I was saying, like, full, complete happiness. So this just confirms that this is not about you. This Sun card is about you, and these are about the people who don't like you. I'm gonna keep this guy over here. But I also got the Tower and the Seven of Cups. So with these coming out together, this is giving me, this makes sense why these came out together now. Because with these people who want your downfall, who don't want you to succeed, even though it's like impossible with all of these confirmation cards that you are just so incredibly successful, you're so ambitious, you work so hard, everything works out for you. I don't know why. Maybe that's why they're like wishing so hard that everything will fail for you, because they're jealous or whatever. What is on the bottom? The Fool. Okay. So with these two cards here, this is making me think that somebody, these people, whoever they are, you might know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't know. It's just for a lot of people. Somebody or some people or whatever is trying to influence you to making a lot of decisions, or a certain decision that you shouldn't, to try to create a tower moment to bring you down so that you don't have your shit together anymore. That's kind of what I'm getting intuitively from these cards, because traditionally the Seven of Cups is like having so many opportunities that you don't even know which one to pick, and it, depending on what card comes out with this card or what card confirms this card when you ask Spirit, will determine if it's a positive or a negative card. So I'm getting two sides for the Seven of Cups. For the negative, I'm getting that this person or these people are wishing for your downfall, hoping that you will make the wrong choice that causes a tower moment to make you basically destitute, the opposite of the Five of Pentacles that you have right now. And then the other side is that you, because you have all these other confirmation cards that you're just like basically super awesome, you have so many opportunities opened up for you that will propel you or your life, your career, your finances, whatever it is, forward, that it's like you have so many options, you don't even have to worry about it, kind of. So those are like the two ways I'm reading this card. But with this one specifically, it's that person or people who are trying to just like ruin your life right now for some reason. Are these people like super jealous, Spirit, of my pile one? Or I'm kind of like, I can't fully pinpoint if it's jealousy or if it's like, is it like somebody they know at work or in their personal life or their family? Like, what is going on with that, with this group of cards here, with the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Tower, and the Seven of Cups? Oh, of course, that one flew out again onto the floor. Oh my God, yeah, these people are like literally losing sleep over you for some reason. Let me see what the card that fell down. Give me 1 second. I have to go to the other side. Okay, I get it. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. So the one that fell on the floor was the magician. So you are like a pure manifestation monster. You are like a true alchemist. And whatever you did, whatever you transmuted, like whatever negative feelings or negative situation or whatever that maybe happened either in the past or recently, whatever, you'll know if it's for you or not. Whatever you did, the people who don't like you around here are so jealous and confused and frustrated that they don't know how you did it. So whatever you did before their eyes and whatever situation you transmuted and made it benefit you and made it positive, they are literally like losing their mind over it. They are frustrated. They can't sleep. It's just, they might even be having like migraines. So keep that in mind. Like if there's people around you that for some reason maybe seem, here we go. There might be people around you who seem like they are really grumpy or maybe not sleeping well. Maybe you can tell like in their face that they're not sleeping well. Like maybe they have dark circles or maybe they're very like grumpy or sleepy during the day. They could also be having migraines or headaches. Keep that in mind. Keep that around, because if you're seeing somebody in your life that all of a sudden is having these issues and you don't really know why, they're not really talking about it to you. Like, friends talk about things like, yo, I don't know why I've been having trouble sleeping, blah, blah, blah. I've been having headaches recently, blah, blah, blah. If they're not talking to you about it like that and being open, but you're noticing it, keep them in mind that they might be part of this group of people who are secretly jealous and don't like you for whatever reason, or have some type of like beef with you for like whatever reason. I don't know. That's super weird. Do I need anything else, or should I pull any? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, these people are so hyper focused on you. They're so focused on that one cup that they're like ignoring other things in their life, whether that be family members, children, boyfriends, girlfriends, job, whatever it might be. They are like just so like, I can't get, that's what I keep hearing in my head. They're like losing sleep. They're losing their mind over whatever you did. And maybe with this card, maybe they feel like you left them out of whatever it like, I'm hearing they cut me out of the deal. I don't know what that is. I don't know what if you know exactly what that means, but they are like, they're definitely not happy. Yeah, they're definitely not happy. So 7 of Wands, yeah. And then the Queen of Wands is you. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands is you. Yeah, the 7 of Wands, this is basically like somebody came up behind you and like tried to take your hard work and say it was theirs, or basically like, if I can't have it, then you can't have it either. So like they might even try to like sabotage whatever you're doing just for the sake of you not having it. It's not even like they want it. They've gotten to this point where they don't even want you to have it anymore. That's nuts. Wow. And then we have the Lovers. So I can't remember. I can't show that because they're naked. But it's the Lovers. Maybe if I do like this, maybe you can see their nakedness. Maybe. So the Lovers, obviously it does depict Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. So like, it's supposed to be like your perfect partner, blah, blah, blah. But it also can just symbolize counterparts in general. So whether it is you and another person, or your light side and dark side, your current self and your higher self, and your connection to the divine, to source, it can be any of those things. So whatever resonates for you for the Lovers card, then that's what I think you should take from it. I they're like super naked. So I just want to make sure that I don't get in trouble. So I'll do that. Yeah, see, look, the Five of Wands. These people are fighting over you. They're like arguing with each other and fighting with each other also. So they are so frustrated and so annoyed and jealous that those feelings towards you are actually starting to affect their friend group now. Yeah, I don't know who this person is, but they totally feel slighted by you. They feel they're not happy. They're so upset for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you need to hear anything else, but with this sickle card that came out in the card stuff. Wow, I can't talk. The pick a card selection. This is just a reminder to focus on your goals and to focus on your harvesting time. So don't let all these people here distract you from where you're supposed to be going anyway. Whatever, I mean, obviously with these cards that came out, you're not. I think you're pretty set in your divinity and stuff like that, and you kind of know what's up and what's not up. You have the discernment and the wisdom to kind of already know what to do. That even, so I think you'll be fine. I think the advice that Spirit is giving you is that, honestly, these people who are upset with you, you probably didn't need them to be in your life anymore. Some people are in your life for a season, and some people are in your life for the long run. And I'm feeling like a lot of these people who don't like you right now or whatever, they were in your life for a season, and I'm getting that they're so upset because it's like they thought that they could like piggyback off you this whole time and that you would never like cut them out of your life, which is really weird because like I never understand people who think like that. But that is what I have for you guys for pile 1. I really, really hope that resonated for you and that gave you some advice that you might need. I didn't just make those backwards or upside down, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get ready for pile 2. Please like and subscribe or share with anybody. If this is not your message specifically, but you know exactly who it's for, please share my video so they can get the information that they need. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in pile 2 if you feel called to it. Alrighties. Hi, pile 2. I'm just putting you guys over here. I'm just gonna apologize right now if you can hear my cat in the background. She's just like on a scratching situation binge right now, so please ignore that. I'm so sorry. She's fiending to go outside. And she's upset that I'm doing this and not taking her outside. Misty, please stop. Stop. Alrighty, pile 1. Let's get you situated here. I'm going to shuffle one more time. I hope you guys are doing great. Leave in the comments below how you're doing. Alrighty, let's see what we got for you guys. Spirit, what do we have for my pile number 2s? Please. What advice can we get for my beautiful people in pile 2? Pile 1 is also beautiful. If anyone is here from pile 1, I think you're beautiful too. Please don't take offense. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully not a ton fly out onto the floor. Like I had like quite almost every time I shuffled, cards, something flew on the floor in pile 1. So hopefully we don't have that situation happening. Ooh, right off the bat, we have the 3 of Pentacles. That is like collaboration, a business partnership or successful venture that has good investments, good investors, or maybe, yeah, that's awesome. So right off the bat, we have collaboration. Okay, I have 2 that came out already for, okay, so we have collaboration, friendship. This one came out second. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords came out for pile 1 too, I wonder. The 10 of Wands in reverse, which makes sense because you're working with people that you trust in this partnership, in this collaboration. So you're not going to be carrying everything on your own and overworking yourself, which is awesome. Love that. We have the Page of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Star, because you're a star. She is Nikki again, so I'm going to cover her. But that's the Star. So that's super exciting. So yeah, you're in this partnership. So whether you are, or this collaboration, so whether you are the one who was searching for a collaborator, or if you are the one that was reached out to by someone else to be a collaborator, you are successfully or about to be successfully doing some type of job, venture, business. It can even be something as like a video or a podcast or something like that. Like maybe you're a creator of some sort. But yeah, everything's gonna be evenly, all the work is going to be evenly divided. So you're not going to feel like you're picking up somebody's slack. You're not going to feel like you're doing everything on your own and you're exhausting yourself, which is basically what the 10 of Wands is in upright. Since it's in reverse, it's the opposite. So we're talking about not having, not being overworked and feeling like you're the only one doing everything. This in reverse means that you're going to have a healthy work-life balance. With this Page of Cups, I'm getting that you might be either newly single or maybe looking to mingle, or maybe not. It could be that you're in the middle of healing too. Like you might be seeking information or advice from somebody that you look up to, like a mentor, or maybe you're going to like a therapist, or maybe even like a counselor to help you with certain things. This even could be like maybe you're going to like a new church or something. Doesn't have to be, but this 3 of Pentacles kind of does depict, I believe, in a chapel or a church or something, where this person is being commissioned to chisel out Mary of Nazareth, maybe? Not Mary of Nazareth, right? Mother Mary, whatever. Well, maybe it's Jesus of Nazareth. Anyway, whatever. So some type of figure in a chapel or a church. So you could be seeking like a pastor or a counselor or something like that. With the Star, you are like, again, you are like the focus. You're probably the focus of this collaboration. You're probably either the one who's in charge or the one who has a lot of specialized information that the people might have been reaching out to you to collaborate with you. I don't know. That's really kind of specific, but maybe you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're getting a couple here. So we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, which can be like saving money but it could also be, this is upright. I'm explaining it upright right now. Upright, the Four of Pentacles is like saving money, being more frugal, just maybe not being as frivolous, but it could also be like hoarding to a negative level. So getting this Pentacles in reverse makes me think that whatever collaboration or whatever you're doing, you like don't gatekeep the information that you're giving out. Like you're very generous with either explaining or teaching people how to do the things that you do, or maybe you're a motivational speaker, or maybe you are, I don't know, like there's something about you not hoarding information or hoarding things or hoarding money or something that's going on with this situation. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and sometimes people might think that I picked this up and turned it over and made it in reverse. I don't know if it actually came out in reverse when I shuffled it out, but either way, if it came out in reverse, people think that because you're so generous with whatever you're doing, that you are going to be like, you're going to like lose everything. And that's not true. I'm actually getting the opposite, that's actually not true. You're not going to lose everything because you're being so open and honest and generous with whatever it is that you're doing, whether that's money, information, advice, knowledge, whatever. You are actually making other people's life better and more fruitful to the point where they're actually giving back to you, because, you know, what comes around goes around. You give what you get, as above, so below, all the things. So that's really exciting. We have Strength also. Strength in multiple different decks has literally come out every single reading, the last 4 readings or something. This reading makes 4 or 5 readings now that Strength has come out. So I feel like these might be continuations of things happening, like these readings are continuations of each other in some ways. So maybe if you felt drawn to watch my other previous, more recent videos and readings, maybe you should. But the Strength depicts like this infinity sign, so like the Magician pretty much taming a lion. So you don't look like what you've been through. You basically are not scared. You are fearless. You have, the way you do things is like you go full, like head on. Like you're not, like I said, you're just fearless. I don't know how else to explain it. You're fearless about spreading what you know, your knowledge or your whatever, your money. You're fearless about going into collaborations and making things amazing. Like you have no fear. And yeah, we have the Hermit the Hermit underneath. That just means that you have already gone through whatever you needed to go through to like be healed. You've already done a ton of healing and shadow work. Spirit's also reminding me to remind you that there's nothing wrong with wanting to be better or to constantly work on ascending and becoming more spiritually, moving up in your spiritual rank. Oh my god, the Lovers came out in the last reading, the last pile 1 as well. So I'm going to cover them again because they're naked. So yeah, also maybe if you felt drawn to pile 1, maybe you should go watch it as well. Ooh, what else? This came out in pile 1 as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, again, whoever is in there's somebody who is super hyper focused on you. I don't know if it's good or bad yet, but that's what I'm getting with the 4 of Cups. Or even maybe you are super, super hyper focused on like your career, or like I said, we have the Death card. So ending of a cycle, beginning of a new one. Maybe with this Hermit card and with this Death card, you've recently spirituality is like within the last like couple of years, usually like a couple of months to couple of years depending. You have done a lot of spiritual growth and work. Maybe you had like a really big spiritual awakening. Maybe you had a huge spirit. So I was just checking the bottom of the deck. You had a huge spiritual awakening that kind of propelled you into this person. Like maybe you went through something terrible or went through something traumatic or something just that changed, like a tower moment that changed your whole life, and you did all of this work to become this powerful person, and now you're spreading that knowledge with everybody, and maybe you're doing like a collaboration with somebody or a group of people or something. And with this Four of Cups, people are hyper focused on you. They're like watching you intently with rapt attention, waiting with bated breath is what I hear for your information and your advice, and to see what you do next. It's interesting. If the Six of Wands pops out at any point, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freak out. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay. So we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. The Six of Cups, maybe you were really close with somebody, or maybe you were like a sibling or a high school sweetheart or somebody in your past that you were very close to, but you kind of, I hate to say it, but you kind of outgrew them because you went through this big shift and this big spiritual awakening, and now they're super hyper focused on you, or you are so hyper focused on yourself, your career, moving forward, being more healed, that you don't even like really recognize them anymore or see them anymore. And that's not necessarily in a bad way, because this also is a card of nostalgia. So you think of this person fondly. It's not like you had a bad thing happen. It wasn't like it was negative or anything. It was almost kind of like growing up and growing apart is kind of what I get with those cards. Yeah, and I also got the King of Pentacles, which is you for sure. And then with the Seven of Pentacles is patience. So you've gone through a lot of patience and a lot of hard work, and just being ambitious and diligent to get this Ten of Pentacles. Like, it was not easy getting this Ten of Pentacles. And remember when I said earlier that maybe some of you might be like single and ready to mingle type thing? Well, we got the Two of Cups, which in my personal opinion, the Two of Cups represents a couple, like a romantic couple, more than the Lovers does. Of course, the Lovers depicts Adam and Eve, but if you remember, Adam and Eve technically weren't equals. They weren't made of the same stuff. Eve was made from Adam's rib. So that's why I personally don't see the Lovers all the time as a perfect couple, only because you're not equal. And I firmly believe that all partnerships romantically, whoever you are, doesn't have to be a man and a woman, but just anybody that you're in a romantic partnership with or romantic relationship with, it should be equal. You should be equal. There shouldn't be anybody who is higher than the other in whatever respect what you're talking about. And if you want to do adult things that you, of your own volition and consent as an adult, decide to be submissive or dominant or whatever it might be, that is your choice as an adult and as a consenting adult. But in any other normal situation having to do with relationships, I don't believe that Adam and Eve were equal, and I don't think that that is a great depiction of a perfect partnership. I think that something like this, where it's two people of their own volition and consent are choosing to be in a partnership with each other, while Source is blessing or looking over them, I think that is definitely more geared towards what I would love for everybody to be in if they're going to be in a romantic partnership. And this is just confirmation that your person is probably waiting for you, whether it be you meet them through this partnership or you meet them again, maybe you rekindle, because this is cups also, so it's cups. Maybe you rekindle whatever this is over time. It just depends. But maybe for some of you, you have like your perfect person waiting for you. That's exciting. What do we have for, what else? Do we have anything else for pile 2, Spirit? We have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so the 7 of Wands popped out in our last, in pile 1 as well, which is very interesting. But in pile 1, it came out upright, which is not a great thing. This coming out in reverse is almost like nobody can take anything away from you. No one can take your work and credit themselves, take it away from you and say it's theirs. Nobody can discredit the knowledge you have. Nobody can make you feel inferior, because remember, you're this King of Pentacles too. So like you've already done all this work, and like nothing that anyone can make you, nothing anyone can say or do to you is gonna hurt you or slow you down or make you backtrack or anything like that. So whoever you are, you're pretty awesome, not gonna lie. So far everyone's been pretty awesome. Oh, sorry, excuse me. For some reason my throat is so dry today. Definitely the shifting from summer to fall here. My throat getting a little bit more dry. Let's see if there's anything. Do we have anything else for my... Ooh. Let's see. Pile... Ooh. Yeah, so these are the last 2 cards we got for you. We have the 2 of Swords, which is making a decision. So for some of you, you're going to have to make a decision about whether you want to let this person back in after, if it's worth it. And then some of you are going to make a decision about if you want to move through this collab with whatever you're doing, or if you want to continue just doing your own thing and not collaborating. But whatever decision you make, it's going to be 10 of Cups. It's going to be your perfect happiness, which I think is so exciting, because 10 of Cups is awesome. And it could be, since this is Cups and these are Cups here, this could be truly like your partner, like your counterpart, like your soulmate or something like that. And I say soulmate not in the sense that it's your perfect person. Soulmate is in like, this could be somebody in your soul tribe that you're supposed to meet, whether it's romantically or this person that you're working with. But whatever decision you make, it's going to be like perfect and awesome, and it's going to bring in lots and lots of happiness, and you're going to be content. In some cases, this does depict a family. So for some of you, it might be like the person that you choose is your correct person, and like this is your future. So that is like super exciting. I'm like so happy for you guys. Whatever it is, whether it's love or not love, it doesn't matter. You're awesome, and I can't wait to see. You're gonna have to come back and tell me what's going on. Is there any other advice, Spirit? Kind of like just regular channeled messages or anything while I'm getting ready for pile 3? Yeah, Spirit just says they cannot stress enough that if you are not going to make the decision or take the road to work with other people, that you cannot overwork yourself. That's like a really big thing, because you have the propensity to do that, to be a workaholic, to not take care of yourself. And whoever that is for specifically, you know that to be true, because you went through a huge healing. So like, to be able to go through a huge healing and a huge shift like that, you had to be in some type of way where you weren't being attentive to yourself at first. And as I said, that particular piece of advice is really specific. Spirit is saying, I'm hearing that is super specific for somebody who's watching. It's not going to be for everyone, and they know that. Okay. For some reason, I can't get this to, there we go. So I can't get this to shuffle right. Just getting ready for pile 3 now. Thank you so much for coming to pile 2. I really hope that reading resonated with you. Please let me know down below in the comments what resonated for you and what didn't, and that's totally okay. If you remember, check out pile 1 if you feel called, because there was about 4 or 5 cards that popped out that were also in pile 1, and then also a couple that were in my previous tarot readings as well. So if you feel called at all to watch like the last 3 or 4 videos on my channel, definitely do that, because those are probably meant for you, or there's information or advice inside of them, whether it's only a couple pieces or a couple of situations, but they're meant for you. You're supposed to hear them. So that is all I have for you for pile 2. Thank you so much. And please share that message with somebody. Even if it's not yours, maybe you know exactly who it's for, and I would really appreciate it. But if you're enjoying the video, please subscribe as well, so that I can connect your energy a little bit easier every time. It's nicer to be able to connect to people a little bit easier with they're basically, you are consenting for me to tap into your energy whenever you like this video or subscribe or anything like that. So thank you so much, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Alrighties. Hey, pile 3. How are you? So I was shuffling while I was channeling. And the first one that popped out was the Ace of Wands. So I don't know why, but every time I see the Ace of Wands, I always think of, some type of adult situation. I don't know if pile 3 is going to be a love reading or not. Oh my god, all these things just popped out. What do you mean, Spirit? What the heck? Oh, I don't know, maybe. Let's see, is this going to be the only love pile that we have? I don't know, we got the 4 of Wands, which is like equal partnership, whether it's romantic or not, actually. Like you can see, obviously 4 divided into 2 and 2 is equal. But like, yeah, some type of equal partnership. I don't know if it's romantic or not yet exactly. Normally this means that like somebody really likes you, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. Spirit, is this a romantic reading, or can I get some confirmation on the Ace of Wands and the 4 of Wands, just so I can see? Oh no, one fell on the floor. Why does this keep happening? Okay. Let's see what fell on the floor. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Okay. All right, let me just see what else came out, because I need to see if this is a love reading or a love pile or not. So we got the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles and a Tower. And then we also have 6 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and 9 of Wands. And the Star also came out. So the Star is you immediately. I already get that. The Star is you. You are that person. On the bottom of the deck, we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, yes. So this is you. I'm going to put it like this because she's naked. So this is you, basically. You're the Queen of Cups and the Star. So you are, you have a very high EQ. So it's kind of like IQ, but for emotions. Okay, you're very, you know exactly when to be very soft and warm and tender and compassionate to other people, but you don't let people take advantage of you, which is kind of what I'm seeing with your cards. You're very sweet, but you're not a pushover, because with the Star as well, you are like, I don't know how to explain it. The Star is like your star. You're it. You're the person that people look up to. The star shows that she's like pouring back into the lake. So it's like whatever you're doing, you're so successful and so awesome that you're pouring back into the community around you, or the people around you, or maybe your loved ones. As the Queen of Cups, you know exactly when to give to people, but you don't try to help people or fill their cup when your cup is empty. And to be fair, you're not going to let your cup be empty anyway, because you kind of already know the situation. So is this a love pile? It could be, but I'm also getting a ton of pentacles, which kind of gives me, cups is usually like emotions, love, stuff like that. The only cups we have are the Six of Cups, which is like nostalgia. This came out in pile 2 also, so maybe if you feel drawn to pile 2, because it did have a little bit of a love section in pile 2, so maybe you have to go watch that to get the love stuff. But I'm getting that you're very financially responsible. You're super hardworking, like so hardworking to the point that some people might think that you're kind of a workaholic, to the point where you might be just like putting in a bunch of work and not seeing any results. But that's only because you're working so much and so rapidly that it's almost like the results can't keep up with how fast you're working and how diligently you're working. So with this Two of Pentacles, which usually means that you're like juggling between two decisions, whether that's two people or two opportunities or two jobs. Maybe you're working two jobs, and that's why you are working so hard and diligently and saving your money, because maybe you're working towards a new situation. Maybe you want to get a new house, or you want to move, or maybe you want to work towards changing your career path or something, and that's why you're working so hard. So I'm getting that because you are so emotionally strong and you are the star, with this Tower here though, you want to make sure that you don't overdo it, and it kind of, you don't want it to backfire on you by accident. Can I get a little bit confirmation, Spirit, on the Tower? Is this a warning for pile 3 to not overwork? Is this a warning of someone specific or something specific that will cause a Tower moment? What is going on with that Tower card? Can you just give me a little bit more insight, please? Because I kind of have an idea, Spirit, of what it means, but I want a little bit of visual representation for pile 3, if that's possible, please. Let's see if anything. Okay, let me see. What do we have here? We have the King of... Okay, so these came out upright for pile 2, and they came out in reverse for you. So as confirmation for this Tower card. Okay, so the Tower card did come out in pile 2 as well, but it came out in a totally different way. So with this as confirmation for your Tower, what I'm getting is that you traditionally in your past, it almost seems like you don't work well with others, but it's not so much that you don't work well with others, it's that you are a natural born leader that is very particular about how you do things and how you want other things around you and other people around you to do things, because it might affect your life in some way, which is understandable. I totally get that. But that's because normally this upright is like a collaboration with other people, and because it's in reverse and we have this King of Wands in reverse as well, it is kind of like you're more of like a lone wolf, in the sense that you prefer to be solo. So this also could be why we have this Six of Cups rather than like a Two of Cups, or but we do have this partnership here. So I'm wondering if this partnership here is not romantic, maybe, or maybe you found your perfect person, like the only person that you work well with. I mean, like I said, not everything is going to resonate for every person. That might be very specific, but that's kind of what I'm getting with that. What else, Spirit? Seven of Pentacles is patience. So you have no problem with like taking your time with certain things. I'm getting that you're working super hard and diligently because you're working maybe these two options or two jobs, but within each area that you're juggling between, you have no problem with taking your time in that situation. So this might be, for instance, if we're talking about a job, you might have two different jobs, and one might be full-time and one might be part-time or something. But when you go to those jobs, every like project that you do, you don't rush through it. You take your time and you make sure that it comes out correctly. You're not like, that's why I find like this is so interesting when it says here that you don't work well with others. It's not that you don't work well with others. It's almost like other people's influence can sometimes break your focus, which I find interesting here, is because the Eight of Pentacles, even though it's a ton of work, it only depicts one person doing all the work. It doesn't depict two people doing it, like how in the Four of Wands it's between two people, like equally. This is like you do everything yourself, but like you're okay with it, just like how this depicts one person who's just chilling. I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like I don't know, you do better. You work alone. You're like a self-starter. You don't have to ask people to, or you don't have to wait for people to tell you what to do. Like you already know exactly what you're supposed to be doing at your job or whatever in your life. You're not looking for someone's advice to know how to do something specifically. And then with the Five of Wands, I have here, this could be like the people at your job or the people in your personal life that are like kind of fighting over you or fighting amongst themselves because of you, or because of subconsciously maybe they're like upset that you are so focused on whatever you're doing that you aren't focused on them. So because they're like internalizing that feeling, that they're now grumpy or something, and now they're like fighting amongst themselves because they don't want to outright blame you, because that would be kind of crazy on their part, because it's like, why are you blaming this person for just living their life, you know? I gotta take a little drink, excuse me. Yeah, that's what I'm getting so far. What else, Spirit? Can we get... Is there anything else for my three? My pile 3, Spirit? Ooh. 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 Okay. We have the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords in reverse, Eight of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you have no problem with like turning your back on an opportunity that's not good for you and walking away. Or whoever these people are that are like fighting or arguing or whatever, it like does not faze you at all. Like it almost gives me that maybe you've even kind of cut these people out of your life, whether they're family members or a previous job or a former job or friendship, I don't know, but like they're like all bent out of shape about it, and it's like not bothering you at all. You've like turned your back and basically walked in a different direction towards the sun, and you're like, I'm good. And it doesn't matter, like, you're with this armor on the Knight. I get that you have like tough skin, you have like a heart of steel, like you have super super tough skin. So like whatever it is that's going on that's negative, it's like it doesn't phase you. This could also be an offer. You see how like the Knight is like offering the pentacle up? He's like, I have a pentacle for you, milady. You know, so it's like, it's almost like either you're making an offer, because maybe, as I said before, maybe you found like your perfect person that you can actually work with. And when I say work with, I don't necessarily mean only like in a job. I mean like in life, like the only person that you can work things out and you can get through life with this person. Because like I said, this was the very first one that flew out. Before I even said hello to you guys, pile 3, this flew out of the deck. Which, like as I said, this is like, you know, this is what flew out before I even said hi to you, pile 3. This is like happy, fun adult times. So maybe you saw this person and you got like this, you were like bricked up or something. Or maybe that's not even, maybe it's like spiritually, you were bricked up spiritually, or you were like physically, or even like mentally, emotionally. Maybe this person does all the things for you. Maybe they tick every box, and that is why it's like you're either making an offer for like the first time in your life, or you're accepting an offer because this person is just exactly who you're looking for. So that's kind of like the love aspect I've gotten so far, but not super. I kind of get like super hardworking business worker type person who doesn't really date a lot, but then they meet this person who just like they're totally crazy about for the first time in their life. That's kind of what I get with those two cards. Yeah, maybe you're even like meeting this person and like meeting all of their friends and actually going out and doing stuff, and you're just like more willing to be emotionally available in a love aspect and with new friends and stuff. That's interesting. Well, that is what I have for you, pile 3. I'm so excited that you guys came and hung out with me so I can give you this advice. Please, please, please comment down below and let me know what resonated for you and what didn't. Even if this message is not for you, that is totally fine. But if you know exactly who it is for, please share this message with them so they can get the advice that they need. Yeah, if you feel drawn at all to watch pile 2, go ahead and do that, because there is some more love advice in that one that maybe you're meant to see. And if you're at all drawn to watching my last 3 or 4 messages as well on my profile or on my channel, please go ahead and do that too, just because there might be some nuggets of advice in there as well. That is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and I will read for you guys later. Bye.